Hey guys, it's Chloe, back with another Con Chronicles. Today we're going to be talking about Tampa Bay Comic Con. This was my first time at this con, my second time doing back-to-back cons. First time was in 2018 when I went to Anime Next and then Space Con. Second time going to two different cons at the same venue. First one was the Garden State Expo Center, which hosted Anime Next and Anime Fan Fest, but has since been torn down. And my first time doing back-to-back cons at the same venue. So now that I've finally moved out of the Tampa Convention Center, we have a lot to unpack about this con. I did find it interesting how differently this con used the venue space compared to MetroCon, for better and worse. Better in the way the dealer's room was set up. They used the entire space on the top floor, whereas MetroCon only used half, with the rest being used for main events. With Tampa Bay Comic Con's setup, it was much easier to move around because booths were further apart. You could actually stop to look at merch and talk to the vendors without feeling like you were holding everybody up. But their use of space was worse because they blocked off certain sets of stairs for no reason, so you had to go all the way around every time you went downstairs to the middle floor or outside, which was super annoying. I also like this dealer's room over Metro's because there is more variety with the merch being offered. It wasn't just anime stuff with My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer merch dominating booths. This was nerdy stuff in general. This weekend, I bought matching Legend of Zelda glasses. My partner has the Link one. And I got to meet voice actress Caitlin Glass in the autograph section where she signed my copy of Full Metal Alchemist. But there was plenty of more stuff that I wanted, and my partner picked up quite a haul himself. This was the most money I've ever spent in a dealer's room and the most I've spent since my very first convention back in 2013, and I'm not really sure how that happened, but here we are. Panels were about the same as MetroCon's. Pretty weak overall, but with a few bright spots. This weekend, the two best panels were the Galaxy Quest Trivia Challenge, mainly because the Thermian couple was amazing, and Fantastic. The game room wasn't bad, except there was no Super Smash Bros. Setup, which has become a con staple at this point, so even if there's no tournament, there should always be at least one Smash setup. But my boyfriend and I ended up playing Soul Blade instead, and I fell so much in love with one of the characters' designs that I've added it to my future cosplay list. Speaking of cosplay, let's talk about the contest. While MetroCon's was more structured with certain craftsmanship requirements, this one was a free-for-all where store-bought and closet cosplays got to enter, if they arrived for sign-ups on time. The line for contest sign-ups stretched the entire hall by the time sign-ups actually opened. The most hilarious thing about this was the fact that this was the only time the convention was ever crowded. Otherwise, it was kind of a slow weekend. I would blame COVID, except MetroCon had a decent crowd. Things picked up in short bursts at Tampa Bay Comic Con for a little bit on Saturday afternoon and especially on Sunday, which was really surprising. That was possibly the most crowded Sunday I've ever seen at a con, but it wasn't quite as big as Metro weekend overall. Anyway, even with the dealer's room taking up the entire top floor and the costume contest moved to one of the ballrooms downstairs, it was still a good setup with enough space for the audience and the red carpet style show format. I appreciated that it was a different change of pace from Metro's runway show that still ran smoothly. And the timing at this one was much better. The show only started 15 minutes late, yet still managed to end half an hour early, which was especially impressive considering there were way more contestants this time. Also, the Joker and Harley Quinn MCs were very entertaining. So that was Tampa Bay Comic Con. I enjoyed MetroCon a tiny bit more because as an anime person, there was more content that appealed to me, even if I couldn't make it to everything. But this was still a good experience. My partner actually preferred this convention because there was more stuff that he enjoyed, so it's subjective and completely dependent on your biggest interests. Even though I was a first-time attendee, I'm curious to see how much this convention will change next year now that FanX has bought it. But being without cons for 18 plus months and then having two in as many weekends was quite the rush. I know it sounds strange to say after missing con life for so long, but I'm ready for a breather. If you were at Tampa Bay Comic Con this weekend, feel free to share your own experiences with it in the comments below. If you went to both this one and Metro, tell me which one you preferred and why. I would love to compare notes with you guys. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit those like and subscribe buttons, yes, even the notification bell. You can also follow me on my other social media linked in the description below. The next Con Chronicles will be at the end of September when I'll be trying out a first-year event, Fort Myers Cosplay Con. It'll be my first time going back there in the 15 months since I moved, so that'll be exciting. In the meantime, the next episode of Cosplay Speedrun will be out by the end of this month, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys later.